Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
That's what people really don't like. Here's recon that went in there earlier today. So we knew when they left Gulfport, Mississippi, that we were basically going to end up looking at a storm, well, at least a chance for it. And then that's when they gave us potential Tropical Cyclone 18. And they did that because they're going to start issuing these. You see Jamaica, Little Cayman, Grand Cayman there. They now have tropical storm warning for Jamaica. What is that? It's a hurricane watch for the Caymans, right? We'll have about 70-mile-per-hour winds there by Tuesday midday as it moves by. But what you need to see here is it moves to the north, now has 35-mile-per-hour winds, and it just keeps strengthening all the way up to about 80-mile-per-hour winds by the time we get towards late Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. And then it's near the western tip of Cuba. And then it moves into the Gulf of Mexico. Now, Gulf of Mexico, these waters here, cooler. The air here, a little bit drier. And some wind shear, which is backing down a little bit. We'll see how much it backs down, but all three of those things are not good for storms. So it goes from 80-mile-per-hour winds over the warm waters just south of Cuba to 60-mile-per-hour winds by Friday at midday out here in the central Gulf. So if this happens, most of the weather is going to go with it. If it comes a little further to the right, we'll get just a little weather out of this. But this is not Helene. This is not Milton. Let's just get that right out of the way, okay? I don't even think this is Debbie at this point. Forecast models, you can see them way out here and then kind of turning back in a little bit. Even New Orleans looking at that. I think it goes to the east of them, and it's just not going to be a strong system by that. This yellow here is tropical storm force wind, so relatively small system as well. And then notice as it comes across the tip of Cuba, this is Wednesday morning getting into the Gulf of Mexico. Look how far out those winds are, right? We're going to get breezy Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but it's east to southeast winds. The best chance for any tropical storm force winds would stay out here in the center, and it would be by Wednesday night at 8 p.m. if we were going to see anything. Right now, our chance is 3%. So I'm not worried about that. I do think our local model brings it closer to Jamaica. The Hurricane Center thinks it's over here. That's by the time we get into basically Monday. This is Tuesday morning. It's near the Caymans. See how our model's a little bit further to the east. Central Cuba by Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. The Hurricane Center thinks it's out here. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because this center will stay offshore. We're not worried about that. But Wednesday morning, here comes some showers. In fact, late Tuesday night, we'll already get some. But depending on how close this gets, we could get into some of this, and that would be some heavier rain and a tornado threat. So if it hugs this forecast track from the Hurricane Center, I don't even think we get that, but that's at least on the table, and that's not a big deal, okay? I don't think this is a big surge thing. And by the way, 25 plus days since Milton, the Withlacoochee up in Holder has now started to come down by an inch, but that's amazing. Follow me on Facebook and YouTube, those places, all my social media handles. I'll do more tropics for that.